The party lifestyle. Taking drugs, drinking alcohol, and women. These are the basic building blocks that make the ideal party. We see this glorified lifestyle in many movies and all over people's Instagram and Snapchat stories. Some would even consider their party days as the best years of their life. But looking at it from a bird's eye view, is the party lifestyle actually worth it? Well, after many years of partying and dozens of hangovers later, I can firmly say that no, the party lifestyle is just not worth it whatsoever. And it is one of the most destructive things that one can do to their lives. Looking at the short term, partying can be fun and freeing, but looking at it from a medium and long term point of view, well, this is where things get pretty dark. I wish I could have warned the younger version of myself as I entered my first party as a sophomore in high school. It was Halloween, and a girl at my school had an open house and wanted to throw a party. Her intention was to throw something small, but a couple hours later, her address would get sent to the whole school and everyone started showing up. The party got so packed that there was no parking left in the neighborhood. When I entered the party scene, it was literally like something from a movie. Loud music was vibrating the house, people were getting lit, and since it was Halloween, everyone was dressed up in their costumes having a good time. Keep in mind that at this time in my life, I didn't drink, but the party was still fun nonetheless. After a couple hours at the party, one of the neighbors decided to call the police because of how loud the music was, and the party ended up getting busted. 5 policemen barged in the front door with their flashlights, but literally the instant they came in, everyone sprinted through the back door. My friends and I finally got to my car and I drove us home. And ever since that one night, we wanted to attend more parties to relive the same experience. And so we did. As the years would pass, I would attend more and more parties, and this would lead to the development of some negative habits into my life. I would start drinking more often whenever I went out. I would start smoking the green, and I would start smoking a lot of nicotine as well. But once I got into college is where everything got worse. In college, I would be partying up to 3 times a week, just blindly going through life. Every week I would look forward for the weekend so that I could go out drinking with my friends. At the time, this was fun, but over time, I came to the realization that the lifestyle I once thought was so fun was tarnishing me mentally, physically, and spiritually. I remember thinking, is this what my life has come to? And that's when I decided to make a change. After finally putting partying to the side, I came to the realization of how much time I was wasting and that it wasn't really worth it in the long run. And here is why. Let me just get straight to the point here. Partying makes you unattractive and undesirable to women. Your body's the most important thing in your life. Health is indeed wealth. If you're constantly partying and partaking in a degenerate lifestyle, then it will take a toll on your looks. Consuming heavy amounts of alcohol as a man will lower your testosterone. You will be gaining unnecessary weight. You will be gaining face fat. Your skin will dry out and wrinkle. And all of this put together will just make you undesirable to the opposite gender. Let's take 2 people that just turned 21. They're finally able to drink legally in the United States. Man 1 parties consistently. He spends hundreds of dollars on drinks and is unmotivated to go to the gym because he parties too much. On the other hand, Man 2 stays in most weekends to use his valuable time to work on his business. Instead of spending money on drinks, he likes to save up and he hits the gym 5 times a week. If we were to fast forward 5 years, society will perceive Man 1 as an overweight loser with no ambition. On the other hand, society will perceive Man 2 as hardworking, attractive, and Man 2 will overall become a 1% man because while everyone else was partying, he was putting in the work. You can have all your fun partying, go enjoy yourself, but just know that the lifestyle will eventually catch up to you. So if you have goals and dreams you want to achieve in your life, but you're out consistently partying and enjoying yourself, then you're greatly holding yourself back. Look at Neymar and Ronaldo. One parties consistently, and the other one is one of the hardest working men playing the sport. Why do you think Ronaldo has achieved more in his career than Neymar will ever achieve? Now let's talk about women and parties. The main reason that guys go out to party is to attract women. Most of the girls you meet at clubs and parties are of low value, and a lot of the times, they come with many red flags. I'm not saying that all girls that go out partying and clubbing are of low value, but let's be honest here. High quality women aren't at bars at 5 a.m. getting blackout drunk. The problem is, men will blindly pursue casual hookups in the party and club environment expecting it to fulfill them, but in reality, it doesn't. Not only that, but most men fail to attract women in these environments. They fail because the girls at these events, whether of high or low value, aren't attracted to guys who are out partying and getting drunk. These women ultimately want the guy who decided to stay in that night. The guy who's putting in work while everyone else is partying. The guy that prioritizes his health and his money. These are the guys attracting most of the women in the world. So if your ultimate goal is to attract women, why are you going out to parties and clubs, chasing them, instead of putting in the work and becoming someone that they end up chasing? Here's one thing to keep in mind. Next time you think about going to a bar or club, just know that there's someone you decided to stay in who's putting in more work than you. He's getting more money, he's working harder on his body, and he is increasing his value while you're getting drunk, just totally wasting your potential. Now, what happens when you combine a man and a lot of alcohol? Bad decisions. These bad decisions can ultimately lead to an event that can totally destroy one's life. During the summer, I went on a beach trip with my guy friends and a group of girls. We ended up staying in an Airbnb together. Long story short, one of my guy friends who was drunk decided to have unprotected sex with one of the girls in the friend group, and it turns out she had an STD. But that event is nothing compared to what happened to my friend about 2 years ago. I wasn't there, but my friend was at a party, and after having a couple drinks, he decided to go get food, lost control, and he hit a tree. In the accident, he did not hurt anybody and he is totally fine, but he could have died that night. I know that was pretty dark, but it's just the truth, and this is the shit that happens in real life. When you start drinking at these parties and clubs, drink after drink, this is when you get more impulsive, and this is when bad decisions start to creep in. And there's a high chance you regret these decisions if you are sober. This could be with girls, money, and even with your life. Now, this is where the video gets pretty dark, but we must talk about it and uncover the deep-rooted reasons why people seek partying. The subconscious reason why people party every chance they get is because they lack an identity. These people have not found meaning in their lives, and they're using the party scene to distract themselves from the fact that they're lost. Jordan Peterson said, "People drink to get away from their responsibilities." And this is exactly what I did back in the day. I would use parties to distract myself from my lack of purpose in my life. But ever since I've discovered my calling and I've started working towards bigger things in life, I found myself more fulfilled than ever before. If you're consistently partying in life and always seeking for the next big event, then you will never be satisfied. To achieve fulfillment, you must find your purpose, and it is impossible to find your purpose if you're constantly blinding yourself with these degenerate activities. So with everything said in this video, one may think that if they cut down on partying, that they will be missing out on great fun, but in reality, you won't be missing out on much. From the hundreds of times I went out, only a handful I'd say were memorable and enjoyable. The rest were just blurs of degeneracy. Let me just say this, and this is especially important if you're someone in their teens or 20s, but men are living life in reverse. Guys who are in this age bracket of teens and 20s will seek endless parties and nights out at bars to enjoy their youth. But in reality, they're doing themselves a disservice. These years of your youth are the most important years of your life because what you do throughout these years is what will mold you into the man you become in the future. But once you have put in all that work, once you start getting results, then you can start going out a little more and enjoy yourself, but in like a responsible, non-degenerate manner. But let me just say that after putting in work and getting results, once you go out, it is a completely different experience. Here's an example. Yesterday I went to a bar alone to support my friend who was playing in a band. But as I was minding my own business taking down notes, there was a girl and a guy next to me, and they were obviously a couple, and the girl would not stop looking at me, bro. And after a couple of minutes, the boyfriend noticed and decided to take her somewhere else. I don't like to brag, but I use these real life examples to overall influence you to want to put in the work. Look, with videos like these, I'm not telling you what to do. Live your own life and make your own choices. I'm just advising. But moderation is key. Know that impulse governs the weak. And once you master yourself, you will become unstoppable.